All right, so I have these different color processing. The heightened drama, no, I don't like that one so much. Too extreme. But these are all just different color alterations. The max texture, usually I like that one. That might have something to add. This one, the colors are extreme and dreamy. This is called cross-processing. And it all looks pretty believable, but no, not what I'm looking for. And so you can see all these different options we have. This cross-processing effect, I like that, but it's very similar to... Actually, I like it more than the Polaroid effect, so I'm going to close that one out and then minimize that one. Sepia, yeah, kind of works, but it hides too much. That, no, not at all. Definitely don't want that. And then black and white, nah. Okay, so what that leaves me with is my original, and then these different color versions that there's something about them that I like. Doesn't mean I have to accept them whole hog, right? So here's my original, and the one I kind of like the best is maybe somewhere between here and here. So I know I like this one, this max texture. It makes everything look deeper. So I'll know I'll composite that one in. But maybe I'll start with, I don't think I need these two. I think with this one. There's different things I like. So this is how I do it. You don't want to pick more than 5 processing things. So I have my original and then 5 others. And then you start bringing them in. And to bring them in, you first flatten them, because a lot of these actions have component layers that you could adjust, but that's not what I'm going to do here. Then I select all by saying select all or Command A shortcut. Then I copy, edit, copy, or Command C. Then I close it and don't save it. Go to my original, which is one flattened layer. Let me show you where you can see the layers. And then I paste it, Command V, right on top. So my TIFF file is going to be my original with different color processing layers on top. Okay, and then I'll do it for the other ones I like. This one's nutty, but there's something I like about it. So I'll make sure it's flattened. If the action is already flattened, it won't allow you to, but it's always good to check. Then I select all, Command A, Command C to copy it, close it, don't save, go back to my original, Command V, paste it on top. Now I've got 2 different color processings on top of my original. Next one. Command A, select all, Command C, copy, close, not save, paste it on top, Command V. I missed a step. Anyone catch what that step was? I didn't flatten the action first, and so it brought over only the background layer, which doesn't help me much, right? So I have to remember to flatten them first. So this one, you see all these layers? I have to first flatten, then select all, then copy, then close, and then paste in. And then my last one, I'll usually do this max texture high pass as my last. Select all, it's already flattened, copy it, close it, paste it on. Okay, now this is where the fun begins. It's like my favorite part of painting is getting it framed. Because you've done all the hard work, now you just have to make it look good. So now I'm going to turn all of these off, and I'm going to turn them on one by one on top of my original, and then blend them in with opacity, and decide, okay, that's with 0, that's with 100%, what do I think is good? Okay, I think about there for that layer. Next one, blend them in with opacity. That's 0, that's 100%. What aspects do I like? Just a little bit of coolness in the shadows. Yeah, I like that. Okay, next one. That's 100%. That's 0. How much do I like? Yeah, just a touch of it. Just a touch of warmth overall. And then the last one, max texture. That's 100%. That's 0, because it kind of overdoes the textures. How much do I like? Maybe about that much. Okay. Now, this is with all these filters at different percentages. And I save that as my TIFF, as my final assignment TIFF with LZW compression on. And I want to make sure I like that more than I like it when I opened it as a TIFF. Right. And basically, that I like all of these turned on more than I like my background. If I want to test that easily, I can create a folder, and I can call that folder group color processes. And then I can move all of these different layers at different percentages into that folder. And basically, the advantage of putting it into a folder is I can just turn them all off or turn them all on. And so that change is so subtle. But it, to me, it adds like the finishing touches to really make it feel considered and fully your own. And of course, I can always go in and say, okay, the texture maybe a little less. Because when I zoom in, I want them to be a little bit softer. But I like that 16% of it. All right, so that is my finished TIFF. So our PSD will be all the components. Our TIFF will be everything merged together and then with color processing on top. And then from this, you will save your flattened JPEG to upload for assignment 3. And you only need to upload the one thing. Let's see how big these get. So at 12, it's 12.3 megabytes. Because it's a JPEG, I'm able to take it down to make it under 5. So for me, right at 10. JPEG has the luxury of really being able to change its size. And just because it's for online showing, that's all we need. Okay, then I close it. And do I want to save my TIFF? Yes. With all these color processes? Yes. It's separate from my PSD file. Now I go to PhotoBucket. And I'm going to submit it to the right folder, assignment 3, the Creaturescape folder. Hit upload. And bring in the JPEG. I usually mark them with orange, the things that I'm using for online. Label it just with your name, that's all you need. Only submitting one thing. No sketches, no inspirations. And then we are done. It's your responsibility to upload it to the right album so that I can find it easily for grading, and to make sure you title it with your name so I know whose work it is. All right.